Oops. I just had a little spit up. Yeah, it's getting hot now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Dave Grohl. He's a 16-time Grammy Award-winning artist whose storied career in music has been immortalized in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on 2 separate occasions. He has a recently released New York Times best-selling book as well, The Storyteller, Tales of Life and Music. And get this, a comedy horror movie starring the Foo Fighters is on the way, Studio 666, which is set to release on February 25th. Dave Grohl, welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm stoked, man. I've been waiting to do this for years.
You know, I would say in the years since Gordon Ramsay, you're probably the most requested guest that we've ever had on the show. 5 years in the making. Finally, it's for the fans. Dave, are you ready to rock?
I am ready to rock. I feel like Gordon had a hard time.
Well, the British
show.
palate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have a drinking game with him sometime.
Oh, drinking game, you say?
Yeah. I mean, I thought, to return the favor, since you're hosting me and having me on your show, that I would bring a couple cocktails and maybe every few wings we could have a little drink.
Let's go.
I think
Let's
we should
do
it.
this thing.
Yeah. Let's just do one little shot.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Now, I don't know if you know about Pantera, but they're the most wicked heavy metal band of all time. And they would do these shots, they call them Blacktooth Grins. And you can make it a few different ways, but it's basically like a little bit of Crown, a little bit of Coke. This is getting messy. And a sweet little fucking cocktail like this. They go back smooth. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Pantera.
To Pantera.
So we're gonna hit one of these real quick.
Hell yeah.
They work too.
There we go.
You gotta fucking be careful with that shit. I've had this sauce before. No, it's good. No, I like this. Not something that I think I would have in my house.
Oh, well, you know what? That you can take along with you. You're
Can I
not
have
the
a
only
whole
one.
set? I can bring this shit home?
Everything. You're not the only one bringing gifts today, Dave.
It's a constellation prize.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, delicious.
So your new film, Studio 666, draws inspiration from the Foo Fighters' 10th studio album, which likewise was recorded in a possibly haunted Encino mansion steeped in rock history. What were your original expectations for the project? I read a quote of yours recently where you enthusiastically and maybe even surprisingly declared it's a movie.
Well, about 3 years ago, I was writing music for Medicine at Midnight. And when I do that, I like to demo stuff by myself, where I'll set up a little studio, write instrumentals, and I'll play I'll write these things and send them to the guys and say, hey, what do you think? Does this sound like a good song? But I like to do it in private. And so I was looking for a house where I could just shut everything off and just record. And then I'm in this creepy old house demoing stuff. I'm like, why don't we just make the record here, take a little bit of time off, and then make a super quick, low-budget slasher run-and-gun horror film? And so I came up with this idea I know. The Foo Fighters move into a house. It's fucking haunted. I become possessed. I fucking kill everybody, and then I go solo. And that was it. That was the pitch. And everyone's like, okay. And then all of a sudden there's millions of dollars thrown around. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. It was like table reads and fucking special effects and shit like that. When we started seeing the dailies or the cuts coming back, we're like, oh my God, this is a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Something we never expected we would do. But I feel like we're the band to do something that fucking stupid. Because that's all we've done for 26 years. You watch our videos and shit. Cedar smoked garlic. I like anything smoked, I gotta be honest. That would go, I would hit some brisket with that.
You know what? That's such an amazing segue here to the next question, because your deep and abiding love of barbecue, you have a quote that I think would make any food writer jealous, where you say, you create a recipe as you would a song. You prepare a meal as you would a record. When people come back for seconds, well, that's your encore. What's the key to a good rub in your opinion?
Simplicity. So I just like a real good mixture of just salt and pepper, because that'll really always bring out, whether it's pork or beef, You can get fancy with sugars. You can get fancy with cumin and things like that. But I'm really simple when it comes to that stuff because it really comes down to the time and the temperature and the smoke. And if you let all of those things like sit and rest at the right place for the right amount of time, you want the taste of the meat, more so than the taste of a rub. That's just me. I mean, I love sweet barbecue too. But man, I love it when it's just like a real good piece of meat that's smoked perfectly right. They're the two types of barbecue chefs. There's like the ones that are like really get into the molecular breakdown and the fucking science of barbecue. And then there's the other guys that just take a pig and throw it on a fire and fucking wait around. And like, they're both amazing. But I love like someone like Sam Jones. Barbecue goes back in his family like fucking 100 years or something like that. And I really respect that because then it becomes tradition. It's like heritage.
Maybe there's a connection too between the barbecue pit masters and the drummers. The people who are technical and who are on the pace and on the timing, and then the people who just bang the shit out.
Yeah. Well, that's every drummer's best excuse. Like, I'm a field drummer. Like, I don't know how to, and that's just because they don't fucking know how to do the fancy shit. Like, that's me. Like, no, man, I'm like a disco drummer because I'm not fucking good enough to play Rush. That's basically what it is.
Italy vibe.
Oh, really?
The Calabrian chilies, yeah.
Che cazzo vuoi? We do have one hot sauce guru in our crew, a dude named Sean.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's true.
Imagine that.
I told him yesterday I was coming on the show. He's trying to give me tips and shit. He's like, well, make sure you have some milk before you go. It's not about the mouth, it's about your asshole or whatever.
It's good advice.
No.
We've had countless number of top 5 MC lists on the show, and don't worry, I won't ask you to do one for drummers, but I am curious what you think people get wrong when they debate the greatest drummers of all time.
My sign of a good drummer would be if you hear about 15 seconds of their playing and you know who it is. No matter how technical, you just know who it is.
A distinct sound.
The feel. And feel is indefinable. It's like a fingerprint, I wrote a whole fucking essay about feel because some people, I think, believe that it can be created, but it's not. I mean, it's just as signature as your soul or your voice or your heart or whatever. So if you were to have a sheet of music and have 2 different drummers play that same sheet of music, it would sound different because of their lives and their heart and soul and whatever. So if you hear 15 seconds of Ringo Starr, you fucking know it's Ringo Starr. If you hear 15 seconds of John Bonham, you know it's John Bonham. Are they 2 entirely different players? Absolutely. Is one more technical than the other? Absolutely. But does that amount to, what is that? Like, what does that amount to? If your name is attached to a very specific thing, then you fucking got it. Let's do a shot!
Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot.
I mean, to me, that's the thing. Like, and I think it makes sense. Like, let me see. I'm trying to keep the ice out of it so you don't fucking choke on that shit. Here, put a little Coke in there.
Very considerate.
Yeah. And I mean, and drummers, dude. When you get fucking drummers talking about drums, shit. You fucking get stuck. Cheers, motherfucker.
Cheers, Dave.
All right. That was a big ass shot. Woo! Angry Phoenix. It sounds like a fucking Tenacious D song. Oh, it's got Scotch bonnets in it.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time on YouTube.
You do?
Because I have the attention span of a gnat. And I do enjoy watching people fucking themselves up with hot sauce.
You've seen the Hot One show before, maybe.
A couple times. I mean, I could fucking rail off all of my favorite episodes. I got some faves. I gotta be honest. I love watching it. I thought Billie Eilish did great.
Amazing.
She did a good job.
Doing laps, running laps around the
Gordon
studio.
Ramsay, just pissed the whole fucking time.
Over 170 F-bombs, I think, in that first
That's
episode.
a lot. The D.
Classic.
Classic. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Thundercat.
I love Thundercat.
I mean, his music's fucking
amazing.
He's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really think he's a genius. And I met him for the first time about a month ago at a party.
Oh, awesome.
He was on a dance floor, just fucking dancing like this. And so I went up behind him and just started coming up around him like this. And his girlfriend's looking at me. She's laughing, but he has no idea who it is. And then finally I spun him around. I'm right in his face. He's like, hey! And I didn't say anything about his music. I was like, dude, you're the best fucking Hot Ones episode I've ever seen in my life.
Oh. Well, you know what? Next time I see him, I can't wait to get that story out of him.
He's the fucking king.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
I love that.
This is everything I dreamed it to be.
You having a good time?
Yeah, I can taste blood. This is great.
Los calientes. So I'm gonna burp a lot. I just burp.
What's happening?
I do. I burp on stage too. And sometimes my fucking burps get more applause than our songs. FYI.
It is a good sounding burp.
I like this.
Yeah.
You know why I like this?
Please tell me.
It kind of tastes like BO. That weird, like,
Is that earthy?
like
that
summer day on
earthy-
the fucking bus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get home. And you're like, it's good. Earthy. Let's say earthy.
Yeah, earthy.
Yeah. It's like someone that doesn't use deodorant. They use fucking crystals and shit.
Yeah, or maybe this now. We'll make a spray, I
Dude,
think.
don't touch your armpits.
All right, Dave, we have a recurring segment on our show called Explain That Gram. We're going to do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram, pull interesting pictures that need more context. So we'll
Okay.
pull the picture up over here on the monitor. You just tell us the bigger story.
Okay.
All right, first things first. In 2015, you famously finished a show in Sweden after falling off the stage 2 songs in and severely breaking your leg. What's the second most severe injury that you've ever suffered while performing?
While performing, I remember getting hit in the face with a $50 in Atlanta in like 1996. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I went to the hospital. They're like, okay, we'll get with you in a couple minutes. I sat there for 5 fucking hours. And then they finally got to me. They're like, yeah, it's too late. Just put a Band-Aid on it. And I was like, God damn it. I got electrocuted once on stage. Like, for
What?
real. We played some fucking corporate gig for like Doc Martens in Las Vegas. And it was at like some hotel, and there was a pool, and the stage was right by this pool. And I thought it would be funny if I invite the whole audience into the pool with me during this like jam. I'm like, come on, everybody. And I fucking jump in the pool, and the whole audience follows me into the pool, and we're all kind of partying. And then I go back on stage, someone hands me the guitar, and I step on my distortion pedal. I was like, it was like actual electrocution. That sucked.
How would you distill your connection to The Late Show with David Letterman between being his final music act and then paying homage to him when he guest hosted Kimmel? It does seem like a unique bond there.
One of the reasons I love Letterman is because his show is so musical. You know, he always had really cutting edge music acts on the show. And I mean, to be honest, like, he just seemed like a wicked smartass. And those are the people I fucking hang out with, you know? I want my best friend to be smarter and funnier and more fucking ride than anyone. And so I honestly I spent my whole life watching him. So I really felt like, you know, he was my fucking friend in a way. He had this connection to our music. I guess he liked our song Everlong. After his heart surgery, we came back and we played a show. And he's a Dave, dude. Come on. Dave's got to fucking stick together, you know what I mean? Hold on, let's do a fucking shot,
Let's
Sean.
do a fucking shot.
Oh, dude, we have a song called Sean.
You do?
We do. We recorded a song called Sean.
I didn't know that.
In Austin, Texas at the St. Cecilia Hotel. It's called Sean.
St. Cecilia Hotel is pretty cool.
It's fucking, and we recorded it in the bar at the St. Cecilia Hotel. We made a whole record there.
What
In
the
the St.
fuck?
Cecilia Hotel. It's called the St. Cecilia EP. And we got a song called Sean.
Oh, shit.
You know what the chorus says?
What?
Sean!
Sounds like a hit.
To Sean.
Cheers, Dave.
It was not a hit, by the way.
Woo! So, it's
Want to do
interesting.
a shot?
Sure.
Let's hit
Go
one
ahead.
real quick.
Line it
Let's
up.
fucking double up. What were you talking about?
Cheers, Dave.
Sean! I'm gonna send you that fucking song.
I can't wait.
Booyakasha.
Booyakasha.
All right.
So it's interesting to me that when you began your career, stardom meant teenagers putting your poster on the wall and being the definition of untouchable.
Right.
But now we live in an era of such widespread accessibility and so many different ways to reach an audience. What excites you most when you see young artists building a wave in the internet age? And then what, if anything, worries you about the new ways that music is discovered and consumed?
I still believe that the most important way to promote yourself as an artist is to fucking play live. That's it. Because when a human being sees another human being on stage, ripping, there is this sort of connection. And it's inspiring because you're like, oh my God, human beings can do that. I think we've been so conditioned to everything becoming kind of mechanical in a way that you see it and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, look at the lights and look at the fucking shit. But if you see someone sitting in front of you with just wooden wires shredding a guitar, or someone with an amazing voice and no microphone, or like the Preservation Hall Jazz Band in New Orleans, you go sit in that tiny room and there's no microphones, there's no nothing, it's just church pews and a jazz band, and it moves your heart. That's the way to do it. I'm convinced. So I remember years ago looking at like a festival schedule and seeing this band Alabama Shakes, and they're like halfway up the bill on the side stage. Coming back to the festival like a year or two later and seeing Alabama Shakes headlining the side stage. I'm like, oh damn. And then a couple years later coming back and they're fucking halfway up the main stage. And I'm like, oh shit. Coming back a couple years later and now they're headlining the main stage. Then going to the fucking Grammys and we're in the same category as them and they fucking take the Grammy. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's what I think. You gotta get out there, beat the fucking street and play live. And be a badass. If you're a fucking badass, that shit will happen. But you gotta work it. I'm gonna fucking throw up. How about that? It's a little sweet and sticky.
Mm-hmm. And then that profound pepper hits. But look at you, Dave Grohl.
I mean, it's hot. It's good. No, that's a good hot sauce. And you're right, that is a good barbecue sauce. It's got a little sweet in it.
Yep.
It's got a little sticky on it. You could put it on some shit.
So I read that Foo Fighters recorded an album 2 tapes so that nobody could mess with it afterwards. In your opinion, does overproducing or over-manipulating a song undermine what it means to make music in any way?
For the Foo Fighters, yes. For other people, I don't know. I like imperfection. I like to hear albums where you can hear a hand going up and down the strings and there's like finger slidings and then like the tempo goes like this, and that's it's the human element of music. I dig that.
I don't have hair, but I felt like I got it was like that Maxwell Tapes commercial back in the day.
What was I saying? Pardon me while I pontificate about the human element of music. No, I mean, you know what? There are some things about music, like really rigid mechanical music, that I fucking love. I really do. I think we're kind of best when it sounds like us and it's raw. I've heard about Da Bomb.
Cups are empty.
Get some, motherfucker. Come on, Sean.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Do this.
All right, Dave.
Cheers.
Cheers. To Da Bomb.
I have a question. What's the most painful thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh.
Other than being dumped at the prom, what's the most painful?
Well, that was you at
shit.
homecoming on the.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I read the book, Dave. I read the fucking book. I read the book.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's the heartbreak.
Whew.
Ah. Da Bomb. Said it. Dude, it's crazy that this is your fucking job.
Well, your job's fucking crazy too.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just trying to be as badass as Lord and fucking Thundercat.
Well, you're Lord-esque right
if you
now.
can do that. Yeah, but she had all these like culinary notes, like, oh, I like the smoky taste of the fucking man.
I'm like hiccuping over here.
That is where you turn the corner, though.
Yeah.
It gets hot right there. Yeah, it does.
A different vibe altogether.
Yeah.
And you know
Want
what,
one of my
Dave?
beers? Get some beer.
I got some.
Oh, you do? Cheers, buddy.
You could do this, brother.
Ooh,
I got
it.
you.
Yeah, Dave, I'm on the ride with you right now.
Oops. I just had a little spit up. Yeah, it's getting hot now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So between the Sound City tour and then being a part-time member of the Taylor Hawkins Chevy Metal cover band, you have a lot of experience exploring the work of other legendary musicians.
Yeah.
What do you learn by playing other people's music live?
So Taylor's band, Chevy Metal, has this awesome list of cover songs. One of them being Turning Japanese. Turning Japanese.
Yeah, I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
And you listen to it on the radio and you're like, and then you play it on guitar, you're like, oh my God, this is so fucking hard. I remember once trying to play Message in a Bottle, and I fucking pulled a muscle in my hand playing a Police song. I was like, how do the Police do this without hurting themselves? Like some musicians, you sit there and you talk and you're like, yeah, what's up? But then you put on instruments and you start playing and you actually get to know the person better without words, with instruments, because everyone does it differently. It's pretty rad.
You're, by the way, Lord-esque.
Come on now.
I'm not just saying that.
Come on.
Dom is coming in because she sees like tears coming out of my eyes.
No, I'm good.
And yeah, Dave, you are good. You are good.
Really?
Yeah, this is,
Come on, let's do another shot.
all right. Let's do the damn thing.
Where's that fucking whiskey, motherfuckers? I mean, yes, it's hot. Okay, it's hot. I'm gonna chill it for you.
Yeah.
Since you're burning up so hot.
Thank you, Dave.
Burning up for your love. Burn it. Okay. That's gonna help.
Yeah, you're right.
Or not.
Well, you know what? We're just on this ride.
You're gonna make it, dude. Promise.
Well, that gave me all the confidence I need.
Did it? 'Cause I was
Cheers.
just fucking kidding. Mommy, will you pass the pucker butt? This is fucking what? It's hot.
Yeah. But nothing Dave Grohl can't handle. Choking out the whole damn lineup. So you've been a self-described UFO nerd for decades, and I'm curious how that interest peaked. I've heard you reference the 1987 best-selling book, Above Top Secret by Timothy Good.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I had a lot of UFO dreams. And like really, I'm a crazy vivid dreamer, still to this day. Like I remember the music in my dream from last night. Like every fucking day I wake up, I remember my dreams. And when I was a kid, I would have these awesome UFO dreams where like, I'd be lying in my front yard in Springfield, Virginia, and I'd be staring up at the stars, and I'm like, wow, cool. And then I realized like, oh my God, it's not the stars, it's the underside of this mirror fucking glass-shaped ship thing, and that was taking me to space. So I always thought that UFOs were kind of real. And I convinced all my friends in my neighborhood that I was a UFO expert, and they'd be like, come over to my yard, I think I saw a UFO last night. And I'd walk over to their yard and be like, yeah, see that like discolored grass right there? That might be a crop circle or whatever. So from an early age, I was super into UFOs. I read this book, Above Top Secret, and in that, I saw the term Foo Fighters. And here we are. You want to hit the shit right now?
Yeah, of course. Let's go. We're rocking.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you see his
Laughing
face?
in the back. I'm
That's
good.
not real.
Yeah. I demand another shot. I insist on another shot.
If you say so. All right, last shot.
Last shot.
Fuck that shit. It ain't the
Last
shot.
wing.
Last wing. Drink that.
All right, cheers, Dave.
God damn it, Sean. I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm not kidding, dude. When I was a kid, I learned to love music watching Saturday Night Live. And I walked onto that set for the first time in 1992. Like, holy shit, I'm here. As a teenager, I fucking watched the David Letterman show every fucking night as I did bong hit after bong hit after bong hit. And I
Some
fucking
parallels
walked
there.
onto that fucking stage. I'm like, oh my God, I'm here. For years, I've watched this fucking show. And I finally walked onto this set and saw those sauces and saw your face. I was like, yes! Bucket list. Bam! The only thing I have left to do in my life is jam with AC/DC. Yeah!
Dave, I can't handle that. I don't know how to
telling
process
you.
that.
I'm just saying.
That.
Are we hitting the last dab? What are we doing?
Let's fucking hit
Come
this
on now.
last dab. Let's hit a fucking last shot.
Let's
right.
put the dab on.
Let's
Yeah,
put the
we're
dab
gonna
on. I got
talk a
the
little
dab
bit.
on.
Hold on a second. Let's talk about love.
All right.
I was kidding. One more shot.
One more shot, yeah. One
Right?
more shot and one more wing. Let's do a shot. We'll chase it with the wing.
Ooh, wing chaser.
Wing chaser. Or shot chaser, depending on how you want to line it up.
Oh, you know what I gotta do fucking tomorrow? I gotta go to Narnia.
What?
I gotta go to Narnia.
What's Narnia?
Narnia business. Come on now.
Well, you know what? I almost think it would be like silly to ask a wing 10 question. Let's eat this wing. Let's
right.
eat this wing, Dave.
Okay.
And what a ride it's been.
Yeah, man. Did you put a dab on it?
Oh, yeah.
You hit it right?
I hit that shit. I hit that shit.
I've got a confession in my.
I got a confession
Come on,
to
I wasn't
make.
gonna fucking say it like that. Just so you know, I have this shit at home. Sometimes I come home from rehearsal. Did that sound like Elvis? Did you hear what I just said? Sometimes I come home from rehearsal. I drink a couple beers and eat a teaspoon of this shit. So you know what? Hot ones. I got your ass.
Taking on the wings of death, choking out the gauntlet, living to tell the tale, and still making his rehearsal tonight at 6 p.m. And now, Dave Grohl, there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, or this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Got a horror movie coming out. How about that shit? And then I'm in a band called the Foo Fighters. We're gonna play a bunch of shows, and then fucking, you know. Yay, Sean.
I can't tell you what this means to the internet.
Don't get emotional. What the fuck?
No,
Come on now.
I might
You're
though.
not that guy at the bar.
No, I do. I care.
We're gonna hug.
I care. I
We're gonna
care.
hug.
Let's hug. No, I care that fucking much. And you're the fucking man. So fucking good, dude.
Thanks, brother. Dude, you're drunk.
Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? This is Sean Evans checking in with a very exciting announcement. We've read the comments, we've seen the emails, and after 6 years, more than 250 episodes, we can now bring you the full Hot Ones experience in one convenient package. I'm proud to introduce you to Hot Ones Boneless Chicken Bites, available exclusively at Walmart and Walmart.com. Each bag of Hot Ones Boneless Chicken Bites is packed with approximately 35 breaded, seasoned white meat chicken bites, as well as individual packets of the classic Los Calientes and the Last Dab Apollo for all your saucing and dabbing needs. The full Hot Ones experience, ready to heat and eat whenever you get the craving to spice things up at home. Hot Ones Boneless Chicken Bites. It's a party in a bag and everyone's invited.